For the money, Ole Green is the I'm a player on the late night tip. So see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog, check the skull, ignorant. Can I live? Still film it, kiss to death, friend protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss to death, friend protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I been gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already dead. Right now I'm on the edge.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is TJ Logan to return it. And spin cycle, room to run now. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop the throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and it's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And now on the heels of the pick 6, here's their offense on the field sooner than intended as they'll try to make it 8-0. After the interception, here's Watson.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 30. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st down, they run with Howard. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead, it just brings up 4th down. Out wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Richmond!
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And there, a post route started out right, caught it in the middle of the field, went into the end zone. What typically makes those successful, those deep post routes?
You need help from your complementary receivers, okay? The guy that you want to get the ball is the guy that we just saw catch it and take it into the end zone. So he needs help from the other guys who have to occupy anyone in the middle of the field. Whether it's one safety, sometimes you get 2 guys in there, either run routes at them so they have to cover them, or somehow freeze them by running underneath them and hoping to draw them towards the line of scrimmage and throw it over his head.
With it on the return is Logan. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They pitch out to Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Complete, it's Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the 1st quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down. Almost back to the drawing board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Watson hands this to Foreman. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Watson now going to run the option right. He may try and run for this. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
11 more on that one and another first down. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another first and goal. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Thompson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
From the gun, here's Watson. He'll fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Elliott now to kick this one away. With it on the return is Logan. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Leopard! Gone!
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he will have a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Rolling to his left. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Hey, you got three down. Leopard!
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go counter with Howard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Looking to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them the 1st. On the toss play, Howard. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Foreman. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Richmond!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
DeForest Buckner is a really tall defensive end / defensive tackle. How about that move?
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. The result there is the offense is going to come back on the field. A first down as they get 12 on the fake punt. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A carry for Foreman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll run with Foreman. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Texans add on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe
Super toe.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the handoff, this is Howard. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A give to Howard, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And here comes the Texans now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. "15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by K'Von Webster. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense. Get the ball back for our offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. DJ Reader. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm.
And my goodness, another interception. Zach Cunningham with a pick. 30, 10, 5, and he will score. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There is no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 4 down. 4 down.
Again, it's Howard. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Hey. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Richmond.
They run again with Foreman. Oh, now he bowls him over. He's to the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. Make it to the goal line as this try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He'll drop to throw, and that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time, and that'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. They'll set up a throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll drop to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Texans will take over at the 20. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP?
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And right side, Henry's got it. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it's complete. Henry. Well, they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Texans add on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. With it on the return is Logan. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to Robinson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They go with Howard again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And is there bad blood here? I mean, and go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Elliott now to kick this one away. With it on the return, it's Logan. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over. Gun, 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 gun.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Over, 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 over.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Well, now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And now out comes Houston. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just 1 kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing now, Watson. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. On 1st and 10, Watson looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.